Keep it healthy and thriving. You grew this kingdom.
What?
Keep it healthy and thriving. You grew this kingdom. What? Keep it healthy and thriving. You grew this kingdom. Keep it healthy and thriving. You grew this kingdom.
Hi guys. What is that? Oh right, that's me.
Wow, that's a lot of feedback.
Yep. So basically, hello everybody. My name's Bradley Powers. I'd like to welcome you to Bradley Powers Esoteric Hours, and we have been blessed because we have a amazing guest with us today. Okay, I'm going to share the show, Benny. Okay, we ain't got hardly any viewers at the moment, so please don't stress. Okay, I'll be with you very shortly. And like so, I'll tell you what you can do is tell us a little bit about yourself. Bennie C Trent is in the house.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Bennie C Trent. I am a street minister, and it's hard to explain that sometimes because of my background. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I live here in Houston, Texas, and I consider myself a polymath. I study a lot of different subjects, from black holes to hollow earth to, the cosmic. And I have different theories and hypotheses myself that sometimes I exercise Bradley Powers' mind and just send him some things that are just on my mind. But I study different things. I'm a necromancer. I have visions and flashes on people that I talk to. Something like being a necromancer, different spirits come to me. And it started with my grandmother, which was a Blackfoot Indian. And it happened to me when she came to me in a dream when I have nothing to hide, when I was incarcerated when I was younger. And it was really kind of scary to me because I had sleep paralysis and I couldn't get up even when I was awake. And they had to come into what's considered a reception and diagnostic center to get me out of bed because my grandmother had died and she came to me in a vision and I couldn't move for 2 days. And that's when I realized that something was a little different about me. And I started studying then at a young age, not knowing what I was studying, Bradley, just kind of investigating some of the things that they tell you in church that you shouldn't investigate. You always have those, you shouldn't study black magic, or you shouldn't learn about voodoo, or you shouldn't learn. It's all those different things that those fear-based religions have us to where we're not supposed to look into. So, over time, like I said, in the interest in the Anunnaki and learning about the Anunnaki and how they're from all over the world. Now, with that, a lot of black people, and I will say this, for being black, are caught up on Anunnaki being black. But the Anunnaki were not just black. They were in Africa, they were in China, they were all over the world. They were in India with Shiva. They were all over the planet and touching different parts of the planet with their watchers and their shiny ones. That's what they were called in the Bible. The Anunnaki were the watchers and the shiny ones that came down, the fallen angels that came down here, those 200 that rebelled against the other ones. I'm sorry, am I going too far, Mr. Bradley? Because I love to talk.
And I love you talking. I'm a wordsmith, you're a wordsmith. And I'd just like to do a shout out to Daisy Lynn Eaton. Thank you for joining us. And Bobby Stoikowski. Thank you for joining us, Bobby Stoikowski. And yes, you're a minister. Love to hear that. Yeah, and I agree what you said. The Anunnaki is actually an umbrella word for how many tribes? Maybe 4? How many?
That's right. The Anunnaki, a lot of people get the translation. It means from heavens they came. And it also means sons of Anu, which Anu was the main. Anu and Ki. Ki is of earth. That's where I found that I have key in me because I love the earth, I love the planet, and I do everything for the planet. So when you find the Anunnaki God that's in you, it's you'll learn by your attributes which ones are in you because they are immortal beings. Most of the ones are still here, they're still around, and just like every other civilization, times change, translations change, the names change, but they're still here. Now with the CE5s that I did, with the main thing that I did with that that was different than what Dr. Greer did is that he goes to retreats where I wanted to simultaneously do it using the platform with Facebook and every other platform out there at the same time to see if the interaction and the positive, because Dr. Greer uses meditation, light, and sound. And he says use it in a triangle, thinking of that. And then take your laser pointer and make the triangle, the circle, and the square. Now, after I've done some of this, I'm not sure if you guys watch, a few of your groups, but I've been posting it. There's a lot of interaction going on up there in the sky. Now, with the point what you were saying, is it Anunnaki? Is it Greys? Is it the Nordics? Is it, we don't know because our governments keep those type of things from us. And I have nothing against the governments. I don't want to be one of those, I don't want to be a Nikola Tesla or a Damon T. Berry. I want to be someone that's part of to bring the light to people. Now we've been hidden from a lot of things for so long. When is our governments are going to be honest with us? What is wrong with being honest with us about these beings that are here with us all the time anyway? So we should be able to communicate peacefully with them, just like we do with other humans that are not like us. Sir,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'll take a break.
Can you answer this? Anunnaki
Yes,
is an umbrella word for how many? Four? Four?
for umbrella
right.
word for four? No, Anunnaki means from the heavens they came and sons of Anu. But there's different, the denoted of the word Anunnaki because of different regions and different civilizations. Like with the Shiva, a lot of people don't know that Shiva is Anunnaki. Thoth and Anubis and all of them, the Egyptians were the pinnacle of the Anunnaki. That's why that most of their art is in multidimensional art. It's not just showing pictures. It's showing pictures and it's also showing directions. It's showing how light is shining on things because most of us, because we have our scarfoma, like when you look in the clouds and you see just this. Now, after my near-death experience, I see different colors. I see the dark areas and I see the lines and the shapes where most people just see clouds, where I see the short formations and the triangles and it just gliding, where the clouds are just, they're set up in forms. There's one level of clouds, there's another level, there's another level. So it's just like a jigsaw being put in there. And those things are cloaking and coming down and up. And what I found with the CE5s are what Trump put into place with that new space thing, the new space, what is it? The Space Force, that some of those stars aren't stars. They're drones. They're just sitting up there, drones, because you can tell a star has white light, but some of them are sitting up with stars and you can see the red light on them. When you zoom in, that's what makes them interact because those are what's holding the grid. This is some information that a lot of people might not know. Those stars that you might see, the bright ones, are not stars. They're drones because the drone came down in one of my videos. If you see it, it looks like a kid's toy that they give away at McDonald's. And it comes down and it hovers. It has two things in the front and two in the back with two lights in the front. But I believe the crowd, it comes apart. It's a transformer. The thing came apart, circled around us, went back together and went down the street. Everybody on Kirkwood, which is a half mile from here, seen the crowd. Now, back to what you was asking me, Anunnaki. Now, with me being an Anunnaki teacher, and that is what I teach, that is what I study, along with the other things. Now, Bradley, do you believe that the Anunnaki would come and talk to me? Do you believe a real Anunnaki God? Do you believe it's possible for one to come and talk to me?
Absolutely. I have amulets that are connected with the essence of Thoth,
Yeah,
King Anu,
I
Goddess
love that.
Isis, Horus, Lord Eng, no, Lord Marduk. You know what I mean? I've got.
Marduk.
They have been spellbound by sorcerers to attack the essence of these conscious-minded energies that are still around today. And
Yes,
like,
sir.
yes, you have the ability to connect with these spirits yourself, should you wish it and should they desire it. You know what I mean?
Right. And
Basically.
that is one thing I'm kind of at, because I've seen, since I've done the CE5s, Bradley, I truly know that I've made some things manifest. I just wanted to test to make sure that if it was possible or not. You know me, I'm a researcher. I am a true researcher. I mean, I've tried to do things with light, with those little spinning things that you put in your yard, and angle them toward solar things to see if the grass will grow different with different light hitting them. So, like I said, with this CE5, and now I see that these light beams that come, and you might see different things in the background
Mm.
around me here. I have so much interaction, Bradley. It's ridiculous. I'm getting paranormal, alien. I have, I don't know if maybe it might be government crafts, but I know I'm being, I have one that kind of follows back and forth. I don't know where it hides at, but it's a little copter thing. But like I said, I try to explain, and even talking to you on this platform, any platform, that it's nothing covert. Like I said, I follow Dr. Greer's protocols with peaceful contact. We should be able to make peaceful contact. And that's why, one thing, I don't know if you guys know that I do security, and I am a felon. And most of the officers know this, that I'm an armed security, because I'm a protector, I'm a caregiver, and I'm a first responder. So some things are allowed if you're a helper of men. And that's why all of them know that I come to pray for them also. So all of my good works, is what I'm asking Bradley, is I'm on a mission, like I said, one day to be able to communicate with any being, because that's the problem, that our governments, they don't understand them. They don't even they have their government cognitive dissonance, because they want to war with everything and control everything. But we want peace. We've had enough war as common men, pushed on us by these governments and everything else. When can we have peaceful contact? So what? If I want to ride an alien spaceship, that's my right, ain't I? It should be. Hey, because we're all put on Earth to make contact and show love on planet Earth. So who is to decide what we can contact and who we can talk to?
Who
To
is
the
to
audience out
decide?
there.
We
Huh?
decide. We can decide if we are. We can summon and conjure, perform rituals, channel, astral projection. We can do so many variety of things to connect with spiritual entities,
Mhm.
conscious-minded entities, consciousness. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you everyone for joining us. This is Bradley Powell's Esoteric Hours, and I've been blessed with Bennie C Trent in the studio with us today. And yes, this show is live right now, Steve Parr. Okay, it's live right now. And Bobby Stoikowski says, interesting. I think this man, Bennie C Trent, is a good idea. I'm agreeing with just about everything this man is saying. That's absolutely good, because me too. Terry Sedlock says, I follow Greer as well. And Bobby Stoikowski says, they were everywhere. They once ruled the world. I don't know what you think about this, Benny, but I'm going to say
Listen.
it. 460,000 years ago, they arrived, allegedly, and when they landed, the reptilians were ruling the world, Alpha Draconians, and the Pleiadians. They were here too, and there was maybe an atomic war, and what happened is the Alpha Draconians were driven 200 miles underground, which they are actually comfortable down there. The reptilians were driven underground, and the Pleiadians left. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The Pleiadians are actually next to the Taurus constellation, and the Taurus constellation is next to the Orion's belt, and the Orion's belt is Isis, Sirius, and Apophis. Apophis is the star that I'm actually drawn to, but I don't quite know why, to be honest with you.
Right. And Orion's belt is part of that. It's the biggest constellation, and all that's part of is the Big Bear constellation. The constellation is the Big Bear constellation. Orion is not a constellation. It's just a group, a star group.
Which is actually a place that extraterrestrial, like UFOs, allegedly are meant to emerge from. Those three stars, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt real quick, Bradley? From my studies with Damon Berry and looking at the knowledge of Forever Time, he says that the Orion belt is a connection. It's the pathway to God through Orion's belt, through Triangulum, the tree of life, and then you come on the house of God. That's what he said, because the Orion's belt is part of the Big Bear constellation, and it's connected to Triangulum. So in that little cuneiform thing that they have, that little circle thing that Zechariah Sitchin found, it's a star map of how they got to Earth with Nibiru. Well, they left Nibiru and went through a Stargate. The Stargate goes through Orion's belt, Triangulum, and to the house, the tree of life. What is it? The tree constellation, because we have constellations, the Hand of God constellation, the Tree of Life constellation, and the constellations are the roadmap. Same way we got I-10 going west, they got Orion's belt through Triangulum, passed by, right? This is what they do. They've been here for billions of years. We've only been here for a few thousand. There's been 8 Anunnaki kings that they've ruled for 244,000 years, along with Gilgamesh. And there's records of it. And so many people get upset. Oh, the Anunnaki came to Earth and they made us slaves to mine gold. Well, if somebody came and taught me how to go find the most precious thing on the planet, hey, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Teach me how to mine for diamonds next, But it's just...
Sorry. The IGG, they were actually demigods. They came first to mine, and they found it hard and toil labour, and they actually appealed. Hence, why the creation of mankind emerged. And I believe this is a twofold story, and I have my opinions and theories. Is that the super god on the moon, Thoth, he actually wished to enhance the lives of mankind, and he actually presented to us language, hieroglyphics, science, physics, magic. And he shared many gifts and attributes with mankind to enhance our lives and offer us progress and ascension. However, some people say that's not true. What Thoth actually did was brainwash mankind, and I actually don't quite agree with that, because how could he brainwash us with intelligence, words of wisdom, words of power? Thoth brainwashed us? Please present to me a solid case of clarity to actually validate that this is true statement, because I don't believe. I think Thoth is a legend, super god of the moon.
Yes,
a legend. In my opinion,
I call on Thoth. I love Thoth. The Book of Thoth is a subject in itself, because everyone thinks the Emerald Tablets and all of that is the Book of Thoth. If you read the Book of Thoth, it explains that the Book of Thoth is when you meditate and come to a different level. Thought comes to you in mind and in body and everything, but you have to be able to meditate to that level, because thoughts don't come. You can't say, "Hey, thought, come holler at me." You know what I mean? Like some people think that they can talk to some of these deities. You can, but you have to go at it a certain way, like everything else.
It's possible that the super god of the moon, Thoth, was the grand architecture of the 3 great pyramids of Giza. That's quite possible too.
Yes, he was a master of knowledge and wisdom. He is the master, because he's an immortal. He's an immortal creature. He's Anunnaki himself.
He's an Anunnaki. Is he right? So please name some Nibirites, Benny.
Well, some of the Nibirites is, like I said, that the Nibiru, when it came past
Lord Marduk.
Well, you got Lord Marduk. Yeah, you got
Lord
Marduk,
Marduk.
you've got and we can go back to Inanna and a few other ones. The ones that I love the most is the Marduks and Inky
Yeah.
and Enkidu, and because I
I've
love,
heard like
huh?
I've
Because
heard
Enkidu,
unsavoury things, as been said about Lord Marduk. I actually disagree with him as well. Although,
I do
like,
too.
it's good and bad, I admit that. But Lord Marduk, what did he actually do? He fought. So this is a twofold story. Lord Marduk fought Tiamat. Was he a
Yes,
five-headed dragon? And like,
the dragon. Yes, go ahead. I
and
love the
like,
story.
you know something? I actually think it's feasible that the Nibrites, all the Anunnaki, they are actually avatars presented to us for our eyes to view, and these avatars are actually for us to praise and worship, pay homage to. They're avatars. They're not the
Right.
true presence and accurate portrayal of these beings. I actually think it's possible that they are dragons, okay? And like, if they come to us as dragons, we probably all run and hide and be afraid. So they come to us as avatars that we are comfortable with, like muscular body, head of an animal, not dragons, because we would be afraid of dragons, which actually, I'm not afraid of dragons. I am dragon kin, because I
I
think
am.
dragons are words of wisdom, they're for words of power. I connect with dragons. Dragons were here first. They are the people, the Greys say the most, the ultimate warriors are the Alpha Draconians. Well, I actually disagree. The ultimate warriors are the dragons. They were here first. Dragons are the ultimate warriors, and they're still around today.
Right. Yes, they
Oh,
are.
Lord, it's good and bad and all, you know what I mean? So what's the bad? The bad dragons. I wonder who the bad dragons can be. Well, actually, I do have a theory. The bad dragons, I don't like to say bad dragons because I actually think all dragons are good. However, that's not exactly true. There are bad dragons, unfortunately and sadly. And these bad dragons, you could actually call archons. And I'll tell you something else about archons. No one knows exactly what they look like. That's why it's possible that archons could be the bad dragons. And what
Well,
do archons do? Create chaos in the mind of mankind. That's what archons do. I've never heard of a good archon yet, to be honest with you.
wow.
Which begs the question, is there a God? Because, like, there's no such thing as a good, like, basically, I haven't heard or come across any good archons, which means is there no such thing as a good archon? If there's no such thing as a good archon, why on earth were they manifested and created in the first place?
Well, can I say something to that? Because you said that they like to frustrate, and I was telling, I think it was Shannon Baumgartner about wraiths, the wraiths, and a wraith, like, it's an energy. It's not a spirit. It's not a thing that's manifested and was human. It dwells on negative energy. Like when your keys and frustrated, you can't find your keys, they be right there in front of you, or you trip over the now it's those wraiths just kind of setting up little traps, booby traps. And we was just talking about how wraiths, and like what you was just mentioning right there. I'm sorry, my shoulder's out of place. I had to restrain somebody. But yeah, how those wraiths, I have a problem with some of them with shadow figures, and there's a difference with shadow figures, wraiths, and what you were just talking about, because these are elemental creatures. Like you was talking about the dragons. There's been creatures that was before the man even walked the earth. This earth is 4.5 billion years old. So of course us, like Damon Berry says, us as arrogant United States or this last 2,000 year civilization don't believe that the world it goes in cycles. It's been going in cycles every 10,000, and the great day is every 24,000 years. It's called the Great Day. So we don't live that long to see everything that happens on planet Earth in that 24,000 years, because we'll never be able to see it. But there's been creatures or Anunnaki that has lived long enough to see it, and they recorded it for us. But we just sit there and no, we don't believe. We don't believe Zachariah Stitches. We don't believe Bradley Powers. We definitely don't believe that Bennie Trent. We can't believe the Anunnaki teacher. We just think we know everything.
Sitchin, regarding sitting, like you are a chatterbox, and I like that.
Yes, sir.
And you like intellectual information shared with words of wisdom, yeah, and diplomacy, and I like all that. Basically, oh God, I've forgotten what I was going to say, so I'm going to answer. Bobby Storkowski says, if Thoth is immortal, where does he live today? He lives, right, in a secret place. But you can have access to Thoth. There is a way to access Thoth, okay? It's not impossible because consciousness never dies, basically. And like, yeah, channels him.
It's
Rituals
here.
is another way.
Yes,
Rituals.
you have to channel thought. Exactly. Thought is channeled through meditation and channeling, and you have to be focused, because you're dealing with the creator of wisdom and knowledge. That's why some people they're not ready to go talk to. Just like I tell people all the time, when Enoch turned to Metatron, God gave him a throne next to him because the fallen angels did what they did. So God was like, the fallen angels can't come and speak to him anymore. You have to go to Metatron before you can talk to him now, because y'all had the chance to do all that in the past. So
and if you look at that, sorry, go on.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Benny. In the background, can you see it? That's a Merkabah star. We all have one. We all have a Merkabah star. However, unfortunately, we have been brainwashed to forget how to use it, okay? And the Merkabah star, that's changed the subject a bit, enables us to teleport to other locations, okay? We don't need any instruments, jackets. The Merkabah star comes from our pineal gland, and that's how it's activated, basically. Just wanted to say that, and I've changed the subject, haven't I? You're doing really well, Benny. I'm impressed with you. I like you. Got to have you back, definitely. Now you know what you're doing. We can have you back next time as well. What day is it today? Like, you know, it's
Bradley, anytime you need me, like I said, I tell people all the time, and I don't know if they really understand that you sent me. You and Candace Fowler are the reason I started my group, because I wanted to open that other 90% in my brain. I'm going to do it. And I did it, Bradley, because of you, Candace Fowler, all of y'all support. And I studied hard enough to figure out how to do it. Now, what I'm hearing is I have to take my time on who I have to enlighten now, because it's not for everybody. Because everybody can't handle the CE5s. You know, and it's true. And I will admit, some of y'all that try these CE5s, don't do them unless you're really positive about practicing peace. I even gave my weapon away because I practice peace now. And I love everybody, and I love you guys. God bless you. Whatever your religion, whatever you study, whatever your higher power is, talk to them. Focus on them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, open-minded is the way, really. I'm a New Age spiritualist. Like, I'm a spiritualist the other day, but like, that's right, I'm a New Age spiritualist. Like, people have got a different perception of New Age, and my New Age is not the same as the New Age it's actually presented, I reckon. Basically, a new way of thinking, if you like. A new way of seeing, a new way of viewing, a new way of learning. Esoteric information, basically. Blessed with intellect. Esoteric information.
I will tell you, Bradley, that when I received that gift that you have for me, that I am not a minister anymore. I am becoming a shaman.
Yeah, basically, well done, Benny. Well done. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. I've got to get a chain for it. That's why you haven't got it yet. I've got to get a chain for it, but I will get it because I want you to I just want you to have it, not get a chain. You have it with a chain and put it on and enjoy it immediately. And also, I've inboxed you some information about it, so please read that. Okay, that is the information that goes with it. Okay, that I've actually acquired. Bit of information.
Hi, Terry. I see Terry's message in there. Terry.
Hi, Corey. Corey's my soul brother. Hi there. Thank you for joining me. He said, are you got to go? Annie Ford. Oh dear. Hi there, Annie. What a surprise. Didn't expect to see you. Yes, well done for joining us.
Hey guys, from Truth Seekers, Esoteric Group, T on Sundays, Candace Fowler, Shannon, Daisy Tin Ponies, Anna Maldonado, Kalina, and the rest of the family that kind of speak to me. If you guys don't know, I do have Tourette's and an anger problem. And I have friends. Bradley put some friends in place to kind of help me to deal with the things that I deal with, because I deal with a lot. If you all don't know, I am a gangster street minister, meaning that I deal with people on the streets, and I come to those people that are out there that need help. And I use my own money. I use my own clothes.
What?
I use everything of my own, because I am K-I-Key of the earth. And anything of the earth, I'm here to help it. Just like Mr. Powers is here to help unlock knowledge and help me unlock mine. And that's what we're here for. And don't abuse it. Don't abuse it.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. We are on a roll, and we're doing really well, basically. Yeah, I'm impressed. And like, talking of impressed, let's get back. I've just lost where I am. That's right. I'm back where that. Yeah, like, wow, I'm enjoying your company, Benny, to be honest with you. I've had like a speech like you for ages. I am a spiritual gangster, and like,
Yes.
I hustle the spirits, I hustle the demons, even the angels, you know, could be hustled. And like, they, like, I commune, like a necromancer, I commune with demons, like demons vibrate on a higher frequency, and I also, unfortunately, but it's not unfortunately because it's necessary, commune with demons on a lower vibrational entity as well. And like, they can be quite malicious and sadistic, I admit that. I recently had an archon attached to me, okay, and what happened was a druid high priest removed the archon that was attached to me, and what's actually happened is the archon's watching me, has let go of me, however it's still watching me, it hasn't left me, you know what I mean? So it must find me quite interesting, really, I guess.
Yes, you believe that he watches you even when you sleep?
Well, he watches. The archon is what, you know, I know what the archon's watching for. He's waiting for me to activate and like ascend and manifest phenomenal activity. I have led a life of quantum mysticism. I still will continue to lead a life of quantum mysticism. Quantum mysticism is a science that scientists and physicians don't fully understand. They actually say that quantum mysticism is like gibberish and jargon. I'm happy for them to think that, because actually it's an esoteric intellect of occultic information that's out of their league, because like scientists and physicists don't actually know the answer to everything that they think they do, basically. Hi there, Neil Williams, thank you for joining us. Terry Garcia Kalina, thank you. What's up, Chicum? Daisy 10 Ponies. Yeah, we got them all in the house, and it's a pleasure to have you near us. Well, we're going to have Benny back Sunday if we can make it. Now he knows how to access.
Yes, most definitely. I will definitely be there on Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be great, because we're like, what I'm going to do is, if I know you're coming back Sunday, which you say you are, I'm going to like advertise the show like 12 hours beforehand, so we create, we manifest and connect with a bigger audience that we got tonight. I'm going to like try and get a bigger audience, because we're on a lot of platforms, but I'm going to try and get a bigger audience if I can by advertising the show 12 hours beforehand, because like, you are definitely worth tuning into, and like, you're logical as well, and your words hold clarity, and I like that. And you are sincere. Sincere is, not everybody has been blessed with sincerity. Sincere is a gift, and I actually resonate and connect with sincerity and sincere people, and you are one of them, basically. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm glad, actually. I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you a secret. I thought I lost you like recently, but I haven't, and I'm glad I'm wrong. You know what I mean? But like, we won't go into that. I'm glad I haven't lost you, like, you know what I mean? Basically. Yes,
this has been it's been great, and like I said, I don't know what glitches we were getting on the phones, but you know, I seem to cause glitches, Bradley, in phone calls. So I think it's the energy, because I resonate a little more energy than what I used to, and I can feel it in my fingertips.
Yes, I call them glitches. I call them. I get commonly. I absorb Facebook glitches, Messenger glitches, and like database glitches. I get quite a lot of glitches. In fact, this show is phenomenally attuned to glitches, because I have taken me on occasions 1 hour from the beginning to broadcast a show. Has taken an hour because I've been hindered by glitches. So, like, yeah, and I don't resonate with glitches. You know, I don't really get on my tits, actually. Forgive me swearing. They do. And, like, it shouldn't occur, but they do. And, like, I think I attract them, you attract them. You know, actually, Tiffany Reynolds told me, like, the Fae and members who affiliate and resonate with the Fae attract glitches. So it's possible that you resonate with the Fae, Benny. That's my
yes. Yeah, because
I like you saying, like, you're a shaman as well. I have shaman attributes. I recognise that, although I don't really call myself a shaman. I do have shaman attributes, such as I have belly laughs. I actually laugh. I curl up, belly laugh, and I laugh, and I don't know what I'm laughing at. That's a shaman. Having extra bones in your body, that's a shaman. There's got a few ways of recognising you're a shaman, to be honest with you.
It's Miss Kathy, the lady I take care of there. Miss Kathy. That's Bradley Powers in United Kingdom there. That's my friend, the Mystic Dragon right there, Mr. Powers.
Hi there.
This is Mrs. Kathy, whose father, Mr. Ruoff, that, like I said, that was a Mason, and he was a Shriner. He was in the Air Force. He was an awesome man. I take care of his daughter. He's in this picture from back in the 50s when he was in the Air Force back then. And he came to me at one time when Kathy was going through it, and he had told me that there's, you know, because I was so interested in different knowledge. And this man right here, her father, he was like, anything that you find around there, Benny, you can learn from it. I want you to learn from it. He said, because the difference in Masons with whites and blacks are different. And I told him, well, I don't understand that. And I really didn't want to be a Mason. He said, well, son, he said, well, what you need to do is just learn. And he told me, he said, just learn, just sit around this house, because everything here is for you to learn. And that's what I told you. Miss Kathy's bipolar, schizophrenic, manic depressive, severe alcoholic, and she calls it PK manifestations. My first study was paranormal, and then I got into Anunnaki, and then things just opened up for me. So I tell you, sometimes, you know, there's different places around here that I pray on each corners. I'm in the front of the house because I have to put salt around the house every day, because even with the CE5s, even energy from spirits get stronger also. So not just the energies that you think that are UFO energies, everything gets stronger. So it's good to exercise your strengths and how to use your weapons against good and bad. Well, not against good, but against bad, because it's a yin and yang effect in everything. Like Candice always says, as above, so below. You say that also too, Bradley. And I really didn't understand that. And now I kind of do. But when I say I don't understand it, it's meaning that what I believe is, like I said, my studies was of heaven and the heavens and the ascension from Enoch, and not studying underground and those things of the underworld and you know, and things. But I see that I learned more by learning both, because you can't learn just one side of anything. As above, so below, the yin and yang effect. And absolutely. You know, and that's Go ahead, sir.
The Freemasons have been around like 200-300 years. The Illuminati, I actually were manifested by like extraterrestrials, like the Anarchy, possibly, but the Illuminati are like millennia. They've been around for millennia. Well, the Freemasons have been around for a few hundred years. Like, I have actually had the opportunity to be a Freemason, like proper Doppelers. You know, the actual opportunity, but like an event occurred that prevented that from happening. I haven't got a problem with it. Yeah, the Freemasons from Cardiff want to come and interview me about becoming a Mason. And the thing is, like, I actually belong I'm a knight of the high order, and I belong to an order so secret it cannot be named, and I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you.
Right, and
And
that, and you know, and when you get knowledge, you get approached by those type of things, because I was approached also in things I can't talk about, but it it it, it opens up doors to learning
yes,
is what I think. And you know,
yes,
some people, like I said, and it's a reason for these type of organizations, secret organizations, and this, because everybody's not ready. And I can tell the truth, I wasn't ready in the past, because I didn't have my mind right. I wasn't
no,
about peace. I could preach, but I could be peaceful sometimes, wasn't peaceful all the time, because I still picked up that thing until, like I said, till you got rid of it. Because my friend explained this to me. He was like, well, Benny, if you're making peaceful contact, he's a soldier. He said, by having a weapon on you or having it with you, it gives you comfort, so you know it's there. So if you're using mental telepathy, they know your comfort and they know what you're armed with and what you have. So you're really not being peaceful. You're not showing complete peace, because if you're really peaceful, then you're not worried about using that. Which, like I said, me myself, you know, I have a skill set that I'm not worried about fighting and stuff like that. I put things in my God's hands, but if you confront me, hey, I'm going to be confrontational. But
yeah,
the point is, though, is that we can use our minds, that I've learned now. I told the dude, this dude was coming up to me yesterday talking stuff. I just thought about something, and all of a sudden the dude just turned around and forgot what he was talking about, Bradley. I'm telling you,
yeah.
there's something going on that I really want to have a one-on-one with you, because I'm like, uh-oh, am I be honest? Am I going to turn into the Wizard of Oz or something? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's really beautiful. Hmm?
I don't actually argue with anyone. I offer wisdom and guidance, plant seeds. It's up to them whether they absorb it or not. It might not be their time to be awake. Some of us never awaken from our slumber. Some of us do. So I recognise that. So I just offer them words of wisdom, blessed with esoteric intellect. And that's the best you can do, basically. And like, if it's not their time, it's not their time. You can't make them. And like, some of people think they're awake when they're actually not. And like, you know, look, and also I don't criticize, mock, anything like that. Nothing
Right.
negative. I always shine positivity on a person, don't matter how rude or obnoxious they're being to me. Like, I recently was admin to 500,000 members, and like, to basically, like, I don't argue, I don't cause offence, and like, I'm there to offer wisdom and guidance. And like,
Right.
recently I offered some wisdom, a guidance and advice to someone, and like, wow, it, like, the first time in a very long time I offended that person, and they attacked me and like blamed it all on me, and everything was my fault. And I was like, wow, I offered you guidance, advice and wisdom, and I didn't charge you a
Hmm.
penny, and you talk to me like that. Tells me that it's not your, you're not awake as you think you are, because like, basically we're all about sharing information and learning from each other, you know, basically.
That's right.
And
That's,
yeah,
you
so
know,
awaken us.
that's what the piece was. I mean, I heard something about somebody just went on a attack mode against you. I'm not going to say any names,
No,
and
that's right. Me neither. Yeah, I
I
know.
didn't understand
Absolutely.
that. It just seems like I said, you know, when things start getting magnified up there with positive, things start magnifying with the negative too. Bradley, that's
Yeah.
why I said that, and it was around me. Even the situation you're talking about, it's well, one of them, because that's
I'd
what I
like to
said. You
add
see
you to
the light
I've got a
shine.
private group on Messenger I'd like to add you to, and it's called Bradley's Angels, okay? And in there are Bradley's Angels. They might not actually be admin for me, but they are Bradley's Angels because they are regal spirits, and that's what you are, a regal spirit. And I also like have presented to you, you're a member of Enkai and the Anunnaki, and like, please share some of your words of wisdom in the group forum. And of the Enkai and the Anunnaki group, it's quite, I think it's like 60,000 members. Yeah, enjoy that group, because like, You know,
I
they are a
will.
bit biased and egotistic, the admin team, I must confess. But like, basically, like, we all have the right to opinion, the right to share our thoughts, feelings, and emotion, even if they don't agree with what they actually are. Okay, and upon saying that, I'm going to read some stuff from the group forum. Garcia Kalina says we can get a group coven together. Haha, I was able to use that word to define us in a sentence. That makes me very happy. So, Garcia Kalina, you're actually suggesting that we could get a group coven together. I actually think that's a very good idea. You should message me regarding that. And I actually think that Bradley's Angels will be a good place to start with the group coven, because they
That's
are regal
awesome.
spirits who wish to enhance the lives of mankind. I am an ambassador for mankind, in my opinion. I wish to
Yes, you are.
enhance the lives of humanity. There are some people, and I'm not going to mention the names, who actually think like mankind is an unsavory, unpleasant disease on this planet Earth, and they shouldn't have been created in the first place. I don't agree with that. You know, the 1%, let's call it not the 1%, let's call it the 10%, let's call it the 20%, okay? 20% are malicious, unsavory, rude, obnoxious, and they don't care about anyone but themselves. They're selfish, and like, life is cheap in their opinion. So what about the other 80%? Well, like, listen, you can't say that 80% are unsavory, can you? You have to agree that many of the 80% are sheep. They're conditioned.
Yes,
They're
yes.
following the tree of life to a degree. But the thing is, like, they're conditioned, yeah. But you have to realise of the 80%, it's probably like 20, 30, 40% that are seeking ascension. The purpose of life is to seek ascension, and that is what you should do, to seek ascension. And to seek ascension, how you do that is by taking in tasks that you actually enjoy, hobbies that you used to enjoy, do things that you enjoy doing, you affiliate to, enjoy helping others, and expect no reward. That's a form of ascension in itself. Try and do
Right.
things that you resonate with, like, you resonate with what you enjoy. You know what I mean? That's a form of ascension. If you was washing the car, you actually enjoy it. Do you know it's meditation? You don't
Hmm.
sit there with an incense stick and burn a candle. Meditation could be things that you enjoy, like knitting, sewing, washing the car. You know, do
Right.
things you enjoy.
Mhm.
Ascend is what I was basically suggesting that you should do. And if you ascend, then when you cross over to the next life, you will be given the option of reincarnation, or you can evolve onto a higher plane. Evolve onto a higher plane. That's if you wish to seek ascension. If you don't seek ascension, you'll become a sheep, and when you cross over, you will reincarnate back to Earth. Right? If you don't seek
So
ascension.
let me ask you this, because I believe I was a sheep. I believe I was a sheep, and we're still in a. I believe our church is from a sheep to a fish in a fish tank. The earth is a big old fish tank, and depending on the size of the planet, is the size of the person. Now going back to our Anunnaki, were giants, so their planet had to be a little bit bigger, or something was bigger, just like fish. Anything like fish, if you put it in a 55-gallon tank, it's going to be bigger than in a little tank. Now we're in this aquatic water world, stuck at what, 6 foot to 7 foot. But the Anunnaki, they were 15, 20, up to 30 feet. Now, my question is this though. Now, with these coronal holes coming and getting bigger and bigger, and all of these solar ejections, the electric magnetic force is changing on planet Earth. Could we revert back to the past in this human form? Now, us 2020, could we go back? Could we slip back into a porthole, or whatever you want to call it, and us in the conscious that we have for 22 just slip back into Anunnaki days or Egyptian days, or get thrown back like some people go through the Bermuda Triangles and the Devil Triangles? Do you think it's possible that the whole Earth could get thrown into one of those?
Well, I would say like 1,000 years ago, do you know we were more advanced than we are today?
Yes, sir.
2,000 years ago, we were more advanced than we are today. We were
Hmm.
spiritually connected with our higher self. Today, we have so much in technology to help us to look outside ourselves, and the answer lies within. And we are looking outside ourselves, and like we are losing who we are, losing our identity. Recognize is a word of power. Recognize yourself, recognize who you are, recognize your gifts and your attributes, and actually try to ascend and evolve upon those gifts and attributes. Recognize. Basically, recognize is a word of power. How many
Right.
people recognize? A lot of people don't even know who they are. Never mind recognize. Shannon Boomgard said, "This is a trash planet." I don't quite agree with that. How this is a very beautiful planet, and life is a gift, not for everyone. Like if you was born in Africa, born into poverty and starvation, life is
Well,
not a gift. But for
did you
me,
say
life is a gift. Is life a gift for you, Benny?
yes? Yes, every day. Today's a gift from God. That's why it's called the present. What
Yes,
you look at and what you see, if it's trash, that's what you have in your mind because your mind
yes,
is what you see. Your
absolutely.
mind makes what your eyes see. So you have to see the beauty in it. I see all these beautiful trees and the beautiful, the bushes here, the cats, the dogs, the birds singing. I see beauty because that's what I'm after is beauty. So when you get so much, caught up on the ugly in earth or trying to get the ugly off people, that ugly becomes whatever that TV program in your mind is. And you got to change the channel. Just like what you was
Uh,
talking about, what you believe in, you got to change the channel. You got to
yes,
believe in what you're doing and stop. Everyone is pretending that they know something or pretending with their gods and going to church and not being real about it. Because when you focus on being real about something, you accomplish it better. Luke 11:28, blessed are those who hear the word of God and put it into practice, which means practice everything. Practice, if you practice witchcraft, you're going to be better at it. If you practice mysticism, you're going to be better at it. So quit everyone practicing just trying to be against something that somebody else is doing and practice
that's
what you're
right.
doing. And we can all be better and save humanity. But some of us that are trying to save humanity, we got a lot of stumbling blocks, but we still going, ain't we, Bradley? We
I
still
agree
going,
with that.
and we're
We're
gonna
still
still be
going.
here.
Vic
Yes,
Makaroff said there's no secrets when using telepathy. Actually, I'm familiar with telepathy. I'm familiar with mind reading. Like these gifts. I'm not in control of these gifts. I don't know how to switch them on or switch them off. But I have like spiritual entities connect with me using like telepathy. They are mind reading us as well, and like yeah, also remote viewing. I'm familiar with.
yes, I
I've
do remote
familiar with
viewing
many
myself.
gifts. You know. How I switch them on and switch them off, I have no idea. I'm a shadow mage. That's how I know about remote viewing, and that's how I've affiliated with many spiritual entities by being a shadow mage. A lot of people don't even know shadow mages exist. I'm probably a mirror mage as well. Actually, that's not impossible. Anyway, I've covered that. I'm doing a forum here actually, and what I'd like to say is, Benny Garcia Colina said, Benny, put the camera close to your hat and don't move. I want to see something, the underside of your brim while it's on your head. Have you switched hats, Benny? You have, haven't you? You keep switching hats. Oh, look at you. You look like a hustler, man. Basically.
I look
I
like a
like it.
hustler.
You
Yes, I
do.
do remote viewing too, Bradley. This is one of my
You look
first remote viewings right there
you
when
look
I was
like when I
talking
say a
about the corona
hustler,
holes. And here's
when I
another
say a
remote
hustler,
viewing that I did, remote viewing that I keep seeing just that earth opening up and love and crosses. But yeah, I do a lot of remote viewings and try to show people remote viewings and keep my spiritual protection pieces and, like I said, keep myself armed and ready to deal with, if I'm helping someone and, I'm a superhero. I try to be.
yes.
I
When
try
I
to
say
be.
you're a
I will.
hustler, I need to rephrase that, okay? Because like like a hustler can be unsavory too. So I'd like to rephrase that and say you are a spiritual hustler. That's what you actually are, and you're a spiritual hustler. Hi there, Christopher Shearer. Thank you for joining us. One of my regal spirits, and
Hey,
one of
Christopher, how you
days
doing, Christopher?
Yeah, so you're going to be a member of Bradley's Angels soon, Benny. You deserve to be honest with you. And like Christopher Shearer says, I agree. Individual people are good. It's when they get into larger group, it's when they act like a herd.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
And
exactly.
if you are an individual and like your mind is focused and you recognize who you are, okay, Vic Makarov, constantly using meditation and telepathy, says you're on the round of awakening. Absolutely right. That's a very good point.
Well, I
Right,
also
Chris,
do,
yeah.
besides just meditation, I do Tai Chi boxing, and then I spar also as a form of meditation. But slow
Wow.
motion sparring is a meditation too. So, I
I
use a couple of different so I could just be more in tune when I did the Dr. Greer thing. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Bradley.
I am a boxer. I was born a boxer. I don't know. No one taught me how to box, and I don't know how or why I know how to box. I just can, and when I say I'm a boxer, I'm very good at defending myself. And basically,
Yeah.
in the line of business that I used to be in, I needed to be able to defend myself. And being a boxer has actually blessed me. I got something I'd like to share. What, in your opinion, triggers paranormal activity? Okay. And I'm going to give you an answer in a minute, more than one. What, in your opinion, triggers paranormal activity? And the
Trauma.
answer, what triggers paranormal activity is created by energy, rituals, summoning, conjuring, words of power, manifestations, magic, miracles, consciousness, quantum mysticism. They are what activate paranormal creativity. And please share your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, Benny. What do you think?
Well, paranormal. We know that ghosts are made up of electromagnetic energy.
That's a real
Paranormal
one.
is to be paranormal and listed under that is like we were saying, those wraiths, the ghosts, the shapeshifters, like Jack Bagans, when he had to go into Skinwalker Canyon, and there's different type of paranormal. To me, what causes it is because, like I said, Miss Kathy downstairs, she can cause PK manifestations. I've got bitten before when Kathy was mad at me because she gets mad and she gets to grinding. And her father, he has a lot of energy in this house. I'm in his bedroom right now. And when she gets mad, he told me this. She pushes energy. And like you said, what I believe paranormal energy is, it's a combination because you have different realms, you have different dimensions, and the energy can change in different dimensions. The same way as water can be moisture, it can be water, it can be rain, it has few different names, but it's still water. You know what I mean?
Also,
So,
faults. I missed out some, and I've just added them actually. Yeah, so I'm also going to add to that electromagnetic frequency, faults, feelings, and emotions can
yes.
activate paranormal activity. And when I say
Mhm.
electromagnetic frequency, I don't know if you realize. Oh God, I don't know if you realise, but electromagnetic frequency is also manifested by 5G. Okay,
Mhm.
5G has the ability to heal the planet with sound, frequency, and vibration. 5G can heal the planet. Okay, and that's a
Wow.
fact. Will it be
Awesome.
used to heal the planet? No, it
No,
won't be,
no,
obviously, because
because they don't want
5G
to heal
is
it.
5G is a weapon of warfare, basically, and it's there to control
Wow.
the planet. And 5G offers electromagnetic frequency, and that's the same vibration frequency that spirits travel. Okay, and it actually makes you wonder: will it hinder the communion and connection with spiritual entities, or will it actually enhance the connection with spiritual entities by resonating with electromagnetic frequency? And I'd just like to say this final note is uh, the God frequency actually exists, okay? But like, if
That's
you're an
right.
atheist, you're not going to agree with me. The God frequency exists, and How do you know? How do I know the God frequency exists? Because like you just need to tune into it, locate it, recognize it, access it, and tune into the God frequency because the God frequency exists, but it doesn't exist for everyone. If you never connected or activated the God frequency within your soul, then you're going to actually say like, you don't agree with anything I just said. And I understand that. I recognize that. I haven't got a problem with that. But the God frequency does exist. The cosmos, the universe and the cosmos, the universe is the planets, the stars, the sun, the moon, the basically the universe is everything you can see. The cosmos is a lot of it is what you can't see. The cosmos offers the God frequency, the draconian current, Typhonian current, the dragon cosmos frequency. There's so many currents and frequencies that the cosmos provides, the bluestone frequency, so many that you can't see, you can't connect, you can't resonate with unless you're tuned in. So you've got to tune yourself into these using the cosmos, and that's what the cosmos is. Electromagnetic frequency, that's the cosmos. There's so many vibrations that comes from the cosmos if you're tuned in.
Right. And everybody, you can't tune in with a radio either. You can't tune in with this dial here. You got to tune in with your frequencies. You have to tune in with real meditation using sound, light, and meditation and focus. You have to, because so many things are here to distract you from getting to that knowledge. Like what he's saying, that's what I learned, Bradley, that I had so many distractions that was, I couldn't get to it. I had everything, I planned everything because I got OCD, but a distraction here, I can't get there. And finally I just said, when I gave away that thing and I practiced peace, everything's coming together now. Everything's just so simple now. My stress levels have went down, Bradley. You can hear it in my voice. I sound a lot better. I sound like I'm getting well now. Where I was feeling sick. I felt, yeah.
Distractions are normally activated by people who like are not tuned into you. People that can actually like cause distractions in your life. I'm going to go to my brothers to actually practice summons, conjure, rituals, words of power, words of wisdom from the occult. Okay, and the reason why I'm going to my brothers is because to remove myself from distractions created by other people around me in my life that are creating distractions. And I care about everyone. I'm an empath, but basically, at the end of the day, they're distractions. They're hindering my spiritual path. So I'm going to my brothers to release me from these distractions. And like, yes, distractions, recognize distractions that are hindering you from your spiritual path. Because like people can do that without meaning to, they can do that. They can hinder you. Yeah. And I'm going to like just tune into this form here a minute. Daisy Tempone said, I think humanity is fundamentally good. I hate when people say the human race is negative. I agree with you, Daisy. We're on the same page. Humanity is fundamentally good. Is humanity a disease to planet Earth? No, it's not actually, because I'll tell you something. Mother Gaia has the ability to cleanse herself, okay, with tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, can cleanse itself, okay, look, and like a gigantic washing machine, and like can remove and eradicate us out the way without effort. And like, so basically, are we a hindrance? Mother Gaia will take care of herself without us hindering her.
Well, on that subject, I mean, to somebody, we must be a hindrance because global depopulation has been happening for quite a while now. I mean, we know that some of this stuff is man-made, from AIDS to COVID to a lot of these different diseases. So somebody sees us as a hindrance, but as humanity as a whole, I don't know how someone could be sitting there thinking, breathing, and eating and saying that we are a hindrance, talking about yourself. That's like me saying, I'm a butthead. I don't deserve to eat no more. and nobody come and love me anymore. That's an oxymoron to me. I mean, like I said, Bradley, you know me, I'm confrontational on some of the comments that come on Facebook, because I hate when people, it's like I'll try to give them some knowledge and just try to help them along the way. But like you said, some people love to be confrontational. They just think it's the best thing, and look at me type, when some of us are focused on trying to give you some knowledge or trying to help you answer your questions. And like I said, I you know me, I'm probably one of the most controversial people on Facebook, and I have nothing against Facebook. I love Mark Zuckerberg for coming up with this idea for us to have this platform. I don't like his people that decide who does what and everything or whatever, because they need a little more structure. But the technology and everything that we're getting nowadays is alien technology, and we're learning from alien technology. So why can't we learn from the aliens? They made millions of dollars off of it. How come we can't feed the homeless? How come we can't do something positive with what they took just to use military against us? You know what I mean? And to me, that's why my new shaman message is, I want to communicate with all beings. I want to find a way using either motions, hand motions, frequencies, mind, telepathy, whatever it is, to show peace. Because some of us practice peace. Some of us want to pass on knowledge like yourself, Bradley. Some of us want to help others like Shannon Bob Gardner, Candace, and Daisy Chin Ponies, and Kalina, and Christopher, and you know, the rest of the team, Gina, and the rest of our family that we have, that we go through some things sometimes helping people. But like I said, when I come to their back with some of these spiritual protection pieces and let them know that Minister Kid loves you. And I love y'all to go out there and have to go through stuff and have to battle to give the knowledge to these people that are blind. Like you said, Bradley, that veil is just so hard to peel off of some of these people's faces, because they've just been ingrained over time with this fear-based religions and disclosure, and our government's lying to us. It's hard to finally wake up. It's hard, because it was hard for me. So I understand, but understand a lot of people out there understand that there's avenues. So you got to have those listeners on, because everything on the human body is made as receptors. The eyes are the only thing that goes out, but they have cones too that reach back in. So let's reach back in and get this knowledge and then pass it on to each other.
And I can understand, like, if you look at the whole theme, you're going to say, like, the New World Order is taking over. The New World Order is winning the day. And basically the event of the time when 500 million people exist in a utopia, a beautiful place to live, no disease, no crime, no illnesses, and like it will be a utopia. Isn't that a good thing? Or you have to consider the fact that who are they to play God, the New World Order, who are they to play God and remove the, like, let's call it 9 billion, shall we? Who are they to play God? Where are they all going to go? It's like a Holocaust, a murder, basically. And you're probably thinking, some of you think this, I know. You're looking at it and you're thinking, like, New World Order's taking over, and, like, basically depopulation is on the menu. I won't say the injection, what it's actually called, because I don't want to get the show deleted. You could actually say that's part of the depopulation agenda. Listen, you've got to look at it as a whole. So what can save the day? What can save the planet? I'll tell you what can. Faith. And I have faith that the 144,000 ascended masters will manifest, and they will save the day. They would shift the balance of the planet from darkness to light. 144,000 ascended masters. It's been prophesied, okay? I don't know if you know what a prophecy is, but a prophecy is not just a bunch of words. The words hold clarity. It's a prophecy that the 144,000 will ascend, and you just need to have some faith. basically, if you've
You hear
got no
about that
faith, you're going to say,
144,000 in Jehovah Witnesses. They talk about the 144,000 in Jehovah Witness. I was just talking to this guy the other day. That just kind of rings my bell there, Bradley. That the
yeah,
144,000, they believe only 144,000 will go to heaven. And I used to ask them, then what happens to the rest of us?
I
You
don't
know?
agree with that. Yeah,
Huh?
no, well, I'll rephrase that. Yeah, I don't agree. 144,000 will go to heaven. I don't agree with that. Not at
Right,
all. That's not true. But I do believe the 144,000 ascended martyrs will save the day, win the day, tilt the balance of the planet from
right,
darkness to light. Because at the moment, this is the chaos realm that we live in, and this is Lucifer's realm that we live in. Okay, that's the way it
right.
is, and that's what I recognise that. And like
Yes.
basically, yeah, Lucifer doesn't cause people to sacrifice children, sacrifice people to pay homage to Lucifer. He doesn't require that. That's something that people choose to do. Is Lucifer evil? You have to consider the fact how many people did Jehovah, Yahweh, destroy, eliminate, erase, eradicate from in the Bible from this planet, and how many deaths can you validate and connect with Lucifer? There's a big difference, not many.
Right.
Is Lucifer divine? Well, that's debatable, isn't it? No, he's not.
Mhm.
Is Lucifer divine? He may be as well, because he is the light bearer, a light
Yeah.
bringer, a light bearer, and like the morning stars affiliated to Lucifer, the morning stars affiliated to Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what a coincidence! We got a
Mhm.
balance, okay,
Right.
yin and yang, basically. And like, so you have to bear in mind that, yeah, not everything is as it seems. Whereas Satan, I don't believe
Yeah.
Satan and Lucifer are the same. I think Satan is probably evil. Actually, he's an evil energy that you can pay homage to, and like he can still enhance your life if you wish, if you pay homage to him. But I'm not saying he's goodness, though. I'm not saying that. And I actually believe that the occult offers words of wisdom and words of power that can actually enhance the lives of humanity. Okay, I believe the occult can do that. However, the occult can also destroy people's lives, create misery. Well, the what you will get from the occult is what you put in, what you're looking for from the occult, because the occult is an esoteric library that can actually enhance your life and benefit your life and enhance the lives of those around you using words of power, rituals. However, you have to bear in mind that you can also destroy lives using the occult. So please keep an open mind when you're using the occult or venturing into looking into the occult, because it's a two-way sword,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, Garciclina. Oh, we lost that. I was going to read that. Garciclina.
I believe she was saying about the 1% of the light spectrum, because I always talk about, in the other 90%, because our eyes only see 1% of the light spectrum. So this dark matter around us is more of that than it is, and dark matter goes through us. So I was proposing to a gentleman the other day, when you look at the shadow on the ground, are you really the shadow? Or are you the person? Can you decide which one? Because we only see 1% of the light spectrum. So you're only seeing whatever your eyes constructed that make this avatar light body that you can see on a manifest plane here on Earth. But am I that shadow? Am I a light being that's just manifested and put inside of this structured half, 1/3 Anunnaki, 2 parts Homo erectus?
Yeah. So Garciclina is saying the fact that the human eye can only see 1% of the colour spectrum, these things operate in the other 99% all around us, in our world, in other worlds and dimensions. But yet it gets tricky because time and dimensions are linear and parallel. So it's here all around, running with and through us. And that's actually true. Yeah. Realms, dimensions. Yes, and Nikola Tesla actually says we live in a realm. Okay, we don't live in a around. We don't live on a globe. We don't
Not on a
live
globe.
in a honeycomb earth. We don't live
Right.
in a hollow earth. We don't live on a flat earth. Nikola Tesla is suggesting we live in a realm. So that's
Yes.
food for thought as well.
Mhm.
Okay. And
I'm almost scared to read Nikola Tesla. Last time I put something up there, I got a fake news on it. I don't understand how Australia's pinups of the same information in different countries can be considered fake news, then the same information that's given here in America or you in UK or anybody else is fake news in Australia. I don't understand that.
yeah.
I got hit with something from Australia's Facebook. I was like,
Well,
I'm not even in Australia. What do I got to do with this? I'm sorry. You know?
I can add some enlightenment that when, like, fact checkers, right? Fact checkers on Facebook are in fact not fact checkers. They are opinions. Okay, they're not fact
That's
checkers.
what I
They're
believe.
opinions, and that's a
Yes.
statement of fact. Okay, they're not fact checkers. They're opinions. I know about facts. I post facts with words of clarity, references to help
Right.
to manifest and assist and create your imagination to recognise that I am posting the truth. And Facebook have come along and told me, look, I am posting misinformation, and I know that's a lie. So they're not fact checkers; they are opinions for a fact.
Right. But but that's my point. How can it be misinformation when it's just information? It's not your information that's fake. It's information that's been out there. It's information that's been free on the internet and in the books and everything else. But if we put it out there and we have influence over people to change their thinking, then it's fake news. Then you need a restriction. Then okay, let's restrict Benny Trent for 700 years. You know, but sorry, Facebook.
Also, I have reigned like for many years on Facebook, where admin to 500,000 members, and like shining a light using esoteric hours twice a week, and using Out of the Box, Jim Andre's show once a week, and like my information comes from Google sometimes. Okay, I'm going to admit that. However, my information also comes from spiritual entities, inspiration, angels, demons, the God frequency, and the prime creator source. My information comes from various sources that I actually trust, believe. Dragons offer words of wisdom, words of power. You know, there are so many outside the box. That's why I'm called a mystic, because my information is diverse. Esoteric information versus diplomacy is diverse. Diversity. I am diversity. I'm also metropolitan. I'm also cosmopolitan. Okay. And I also I support LGBT. I'm going to say that because I had a hate campaign against me a year ago, and I lost quite a few followers because I support LGBT, and I believe that we are all equal. And I've actually been accused of being anti-transgender, and I can't see how that's possible that I could be accused of that when I have worked with for many years my co-host Cassidy Lightwing, who is transgender. So how can I work with someone for so many years and be accused of being anti-transgender?
You know, Bradley, and that's what kills me. That it's always they turn around something good that you do. It's like, how did you deal with a transgender, and then they say that you're a basher, or you do this? It's always just like the guy that was the one that used to work for the government that would try to change the information from the guy that had his finger cut off in Area 51. And he met with, I forgot, not Lazar, but they met with the guy that works for the government. And everything he trying to do was, if you did it this way, he explained it another way. It made you look bad. If you was with gay someone, or if you was with a homosexual, they made it seem like your gender was homosexual. Yeah. Just the government changing and turning the perception of the masses.
I'm going to say,
Okay.
like, 'cause, like, there's some rumours going around about me, okay? Like, my sexuality, I'm going to say, like, am I gay? Gay as in happy, yeah. But, like, am
Right.
I gay? I would actually going to say, like, I'm asexual, okay? Not gay, I'm asexual. I believe love is love. There are many forms of love, and, like, I love everybody. Everybody loves me. Not true. No, I'll rephrase that. I love everybody. Jesus loves
I
me.
love you,
Everybody else
buddy. I
thinks
love you,
I'm not.
buddy.
No, I joke. No. That's a joke, guys. I love everybody and Jesus loves me. I'm going to stop there,
Yeah.
okay? And like, because not everybody loves me. I don't think they do. But the thing is, like, I'm asexual and I believe, like, yeah, love and embrace, you know, and pay homage. I don't give praise or worship any gods, goddesses, djinns, deities. I don't. I pay homage to them all. And that way, by paying homage, you're
Excellent point.
offering respect to all spiritual entities, and offering them
Excellent point.
respect and paying homage to them is a doorway, and you are inviting them to come through that door if they wish, and if you wish to accept them and embrace them, pay homage.
Exactly.
You don't need to pay, you don't need to
Exactly.
praise or worship anyone, to be honest with you. And I'm going to add
Exactly.
this as well. Chris Joan Marie says the giants are built. The giants built the pyramids. I'd actually say I'm open-minded to the concept of all things. That way I leave plenty of room for wisdom. I actually think, like, that's debatable that the giants
Well,
built the pyramids. That was debatable. Okay. I think, like, fourth is the possibility of him being the grand architecture of the three pyramids of
well,
Giza. Quite
they
feasible.
also knew how to manipulate sound, to manipulate stones, to make things levitate. To
Yes.
levitate using sound, just
Right.
the same way they brought down the Jericho, but the Battle of Jericho, what's it? The walls came tumbling. Yeah, and Jericho walls came tumbling down by marching around it and singing and humming, because sound does things. They have sound devices
Yes.
now that can crumble buildings and disassemble things. So,
The
go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
the pyramids, okay?
Okay.
The pyramids,
Yeah.
look at the stonework. They were laser cut, okay? They weren't, you hammer and
Right.
chisel never cut those. You can't even get a credit card in between those pyramids. In fact, I'll actually share something with you. I've been to the Great Pyramids of Giza. I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I've been inside there. I walked the path of gods. I walked the path of King Anu, Thoth, Enkai, Enlil. I've walked the path of Marduk. I've been inside. I've seen the empty, black, polished sarcophagus. And I actually think if you laid in that and said some words of power, like rituals, you could actually find yourself being time traveling to another zone
I
by
believe
laying
so.
in that sarcophagus. I actually think it is a instrument that can be used. It's also been put there to give you the deception that it's a monument, a tomb, okay, and which is, I don't believe it is a tomb, okay. But it built by giants. All right, then let's take this into consideration. The Anunnaki allegedly were like 15 foot tall. Isn't that giant enough for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who said that? Oh God! How Vic Makarov says, "How to humanity," and I say, I'm an ambassador for mankind, and I care about humanity, and I'm here to make a dent in the cosmos and embrace regal spirits and manifest and help enhance the lives of humanity. And one day in years to come, I'm here for a reason, okay? I recognise that. Merlin's my spirit guide. So, like, what's that all about? I've seen him manifest. He's come into my head. He's showing me how to paint a pentacle for necromancy in the floor with silver paint. What I'm basically saying is, like, I'm special. I'm a regal spirit, and I recognise regal spirits. And as a cosmic collective consciousness of energy connected by the flower of life, like the prime creator source, I think we could together build a better world, a better planet, and like resonate with each other. Yeah, we can do the most amazing
I
of
believe
things.
so.
And who doesn't want that to happen? The 1% don't. Let's call the
Yeah.
1% 5%. They don't want it to happen. The government rule the country. No, they don't rule the country. They are avatars, puppets. They present to you a dream and you vote for them, but actually the countries are ruled by the shadow government. You can't see the shadow government. They rule like presidents. Some presidents and prime ministers are not allowed to access to ufology, extraterrestrials, aliens.
Excuse me, Mr. Bradley. I was looking at something the other day, and it was talking about how some presidents have what's called majestic. It goes past. You got top secret, you got classified, you got top secret, then you got majestic. One of the only two presidents were able to go see Roswell, because some of the presidents that are not on the right party are not going to be able to see that type of stuff that you're talking about. They were saying that it's called that majestic because Bob Lazar, he had information to majestic information. So does
Majestic
Dr. Greer.
Majestic 12, I believe you're on about.
Yes.
Majestic
Yes.
12.
But no, it's called the top secret. What they label the stuff, instead of top secret, it's labeled majestic for so many eyes only.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm going to share something with you. Where's it gone? Yes, Terry Sedlock says. Sometimes negative forces can manifest through your television set, and that's when you need to shut it off or turn the channel. Or another way, Terry Sedlock, is you're right in what you're saying, okay? TV, PC monitors, Android phones, tablets are all portals, and like spiritual entities can access them and transfer them through them. However, if you put the sign of a cross over the screen of these Android devices or iPhones, all your TV screens or your PC monitor, put the sign of a cross over it, you will find that can actually block negative entities from entering your home, your world, your space, your psyche. Use the cross over make the cross over your device, and that you may find will benefit you greatly. Okay, I know that for a fact, but you've got to try and do that yourself. Basically, if you don't do that,
Well, here's my TV, Bradley. And what's behind it? You see this thing that's covering? It's because it's a mirror behind my TV. And mirrors and magnetics are something that a lot of people need to study, especially when you're talking about their TV. And that cross was very important because the projections that come out enter you, and that cross will protect you, like he was talking about. Because especially with the magnetic mirror sitting right here, without the TV being there, that mirror itself is probably worse than that TV. That mirror can bring things in more than this TV can, because it would get caught in the circuitry, because there's gold in that TV. Did you hear what I said? Gold in that TV.
Gold. Absolutely.
Gold, which is
see your mirror, you should wipe, mark, imprint, scry a cross over your mirror, and that you may find will protect you from negative energies coming through. Mirror is a portal. I've got loads of mirrors here. That's why I think I could be a mirror mage. Mirrors are portals, and for good and bad, benevolent, malevolent. You can also put a sigil. I've got the Eye of King Leviathan on one of my mirrors, and I scry through, and that will prevent any negative entities from coming through. And I'll tell you something else, and this might surprise you. I'll tell you what else can come through spiritual entity, through mirrors, materialization, spiritual entities. I have witnessed spiritual entities in the flesh. Okay, how they do it, I'm amazed. It's phenomenal. A spiritual entity can manifest itself in the flesh. Also, I've had incubuses that have touched me in the flesh. I had a tongue in my ear once. I've had a erect phallus rubbing against my thigh. And I was enjoying it, I've got to be honest. But the thing is, it didn't last long enough. But the thing is, they were real material in the flesh, spiritual entities that can manifest into this realm. And how do they come here? From a porthole in the floor or through your mirror, basically. Yeah,
True. Very true. And that's why I keep that one covered, because too many have come through there. Too many.
I think this could be a long show, Benny. So, like, get a drink with her.
Yes,
like,
I was. My throat a little bit. I was gonna go grab something to drink, but I'm with you. I'm here. I'm just my cat.
Good.
Crazy.
Garcia Kalina says there's always a vibrational frequency coming through the monitor at all times. That's right. Even when it is off, it can still access, like, electromagnetic frequency. Spiritual entities can still come from a TV that's switched off, or other devices that are switched off. I'll tell you something else. Like, this might amaze you. Like, because I witnessed this, my brother had a phone, like a loose phone, and he got a phone call from his daughter's mother. And his daughter's mother was murdered like 8 years earlier, and she rang him on the phone, like, over 2 days. In 48 hours, she must have rang him about like 6-7 times. He knows it was her because her name come up on the caller ID every time, with a phone number, but when he rang the phone number back, there was no such phone number, and like her name, her caller ID shouldn't have appeared because he had no one on the phone off her name, yet it was the name of his daughter's mother. Which, what I'm basically saying is that spiritual entities can contact you from the beyond the grave using your phone. How about that?
Yes, because they said that, even I used to watch Ghost Adventures a lot, that electromagnetic energy is concerned, like I said, electromagnetic, people, understand the element of the word, the electro. So like with love is longevity, obedience, electricity, and vitality. So with love, a demon can travel on that electricity in love. Inside you, get inside you. It can travel in the electricity in the wires. It can travel in the atmosphere, because that's what it does, because it's a part of the electric, elemental of this realm. But it can change in other realms, just like other things change in other realms. We change when we go into other realms. We change when we're asleep. We don't have this body walking around. We're walking around in the spirit when we're asleep. We're in a different dimension. So, I ask myself all the time, Bradley, is this the real world, or when I'm asleep, is that the real world? Because sometimes I really do get confused. I wake up sometimes thinking I'm dreaming. I wake up thinking that this is the dream.
Some actually say that we are, like, if you want to look at the view of this is a simulation, we're living in a matrix, this is a simulation. Yes. We are lying in an incubator somewhere else, and
that's what I mean by that fish tank analogy. Yes.
This is called a mortality dream. A mortality dream. Well, we are mortals in this dream. Can you imagine being in a dream where with these hands you can move things, and you could I can cause you to do things for me using words of power. That's magic. Causing you to manifest things on my behalf and do my bidding for me. That is magic. From the occult, words of power, words of wisdom. But we live in a simulation. We're in an incubator somewhere else. This is a mortality dream. That is not impossible either. And I was trying to, the name's not coming to me. Maybe you can help me with this one, Benny. In the incubator, it's the Matrix, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, the Matrix is a place full of incubators with us in. And I'll tell you, or do you want to think of a film that's similar to this? Avatar. Think of the film Avatar. And you've got the tree of life that's getting destroyed by the New World Order, because the New World Order are destroying the planet. And how they become so successful and reign so long? Because they are using words of power from the occult. They know the magic that the occult provides, and they don't want to share it with you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why the occult is put to you that it's evil, and you want to stay away from the occult, and that's not exactly true what they're presenting to you, because they use the occult to manifest and reign so long. And what is it? They got 13
Their time is up. Said their time is up. They've reigned for too long, and that's what the book of Revelations. I mean, people think that I'm a minister of the church, where I am a street minister of truth. I am a minister of truth. I've read the Bible. I believe I've read the Quran. I've read a little bit of Buddha. I studied a little bit of all the religions, so I can teach people about how to, this coincides with that, how the flood was not just in the Bible, it was in the Sumerian tablets. So, when people just start, oh, well, this didn't happen and that, well, did you trace when that event happened in different books? Did you see all the players in it? Do you understand the reason why? And then it'll happen again? Because it wasn't just one flood on the planet. It's been many floods.
Yeah, I like what you said. You're a minister. We do have something in common, because I am a Hierophant Knight. A Hierophant is a high Druid priest following the path, the Druid path. And to become a Hierophant or a Druid can take you like 20 years. You can't just become a Hierophant. Right. You can't just become a Druid. You embrace it, enhance it, you live it. And it can take 20 years to become a fully fledged Druid or Hierophant. And to become a Hierophant Knight or a Hierophant, you need to be a Taurus. And it just so happens I am a Taurus. I'm a Hierophant. And they say when you get your pack of tarot cards and you pick out the first card of the tarot, that is you. And I got a pack of tarot cards delivered to me, and I pulled out card number 5, and card number 5 in a pack of the tarot cards is the Hierophant. What a surprise. Wow. And also, to become a Hierophant, you really need to be asexual. Oh my God, I'm asexual too. So, like, to become a Hierophant.
Wow, like I said, the universe aligns when you're focused, and when you're meditation, and when you know what you want, things come to you. I used to didn't believe, my mom, rest in peace, used to say, Dale, you don't have to be rich to look rich and feel rich. You don't have to want money, to act like that you have money, to acquire money. So, with that, like I said, I'm an excellent businessman. If you hear me talking, sometimes I can talk Eskimo into some ice sometimes, because I listen and I use voice inflections. I slow down, I speed up. I'm just using that example right now, how fast I can get to Chisnocking and stuff, and Giz next to Chisnock, and Liz knows you can Fliz neatly, and you won't even know what I'm Chisnocking the biz now, but some do. But it's all about what you hear and what you're paying attention to. And I tell people, focus. Focus is key with everything
that you do. That's right. If the mind is
like
focused, you can control the mind. You will know. Not all your faults are your own, okay? That's a fact.
Right.
However, if you recognize yourself and you focus your mind, you will recognize if you are being invaded or you have an attachment. You can recognize these things, but not everybody can. Attachments, like you got focus your mind, positivity, basically. But like if you have sorrow and despair, pain and anguish, depression, misery, I could go on, couldn't I? Some people, not me, but some people are unfortunately cursed with these vibrations of pain and anguish, misery, depression, and like they affiliate with them, and some people are comfortable having those feelings in their life. Some people can't live without them, but they are a curse. And who would tune into those kind of frequencies? Let me give you a clue. The archons would tune into those, and they would manifest, enhance, and create and build on those structures that you're offering. What the prime creative source does is, if you offer positivity, the positive vibration is what you'll get returned to you in a form of karma, positivity. If you manifest negativity, then negativity is what the prime creator's source will attribute with you, affiliate with you, using a form of karma. And karma is threefold. Do you know what I mean? If you can recognize what I just said. Okay, so basically, try to erase those negative thoughts of like misery, depression, because I'll tell you what they lead to: illnesses, suicide.
Yes.
You don't want to feel suicidal, do you?
Yes.
So try not to think depression. Try to think positive. I'll give you an example. You give me a problem and I'll find you a solution. That's how I work. I look
Right.
for solutions in problems. Okay?
Right.
Problems don't
Right.
depress me. Nothing depresses me. And I have been blessed with abundance. And the abundance that I have been blessed with offers me the ability to manifest all kinds of diverse, various varieties of energies, basically. Yeah, because I've been blessed with abundance. I think Benny's been blessed with abundance too, basically. But not everybody has. Life is a gift. Life is a gift, but not for everybody. I recognise that. Like an example is, hey everybody, let's go to Mars. Okay, but what about Africa? Oh, don't worry about them. Let them die of starvation, die of poverty, because going to Mars is far more important than actually saving lives. That's how the cabal work, the 1% think. Very sad.
Well,
and it's sad, and we're in past. You know?
And like you was talking about earlier, how they can turn things for their benefit. So instead of helping those starving people that's here now, we were doing something to benefit humanity in the future. We were trying to get to Mars, so we wasn't worried about they were casualties of war. That's what we're considered. They make us casualties of war while they go do whatever they want to do. Don't tell us nothing. Keep us in a construct, killing us. 5G, COVID, AIDS, liquor stores, gang violence, police, the whole stressful disease from the stress, got to work to get money. We're going crazy.
Yes,
we're the only species on planet Earth that needs money to survive. Why?
Slaves to the wage. And that's the way it is. Slaves to the wage, conditioned. You are taught how to exist, not how to live. Okay? I live every day. I make sure I live every day. I don't exist. Existing is sad. Existing is a condition that we are taught from school days. We're not taught how finance is at school, how to financially secure our future, invest in the future. We're not taught any of that. We're just taught how to exist. And the history we're taught is debatable as well. And people say there is no truth, okay? Well, let me share something with you. There is no truth, they say. The Sumerian tablets, okay, they actually offer a source words of clarity suggesting that these events did happen, okay? And Sitchin actually, some say, like, well, Sitchin, was he a Mason? He was under pressure from Freemasons to actually present accurate translations for them to actually affiliate with. And some say that what he couldn't translate, he made up. And that's debatable as well, isn't it, really? Because what he made up, what did he make up? To be honest with you, a lot of what he actually presented, like, is quite accurate, and the words hold clarity. However, like, let's say, like, maybe 10% of what he presents may not be the truth. But you can't write it all off. It's the same with the Bible. The Bible's a book of fallacies, the book of fables. That actually, how do you work that out? People who say the Bible is the Bible the Bible is a book of energies, a book of rituals, a book of prayers, a book of prophecies. I could go on, like, basically a book of codes.
The basic instructions before leaving Earth is what the Bible is. The basics.
People who say to me, well, people atheists, you know what I mean? I post in atheist groups quite often, and I cause loads of rompuses. because they don't agree with a word I say. And they, yeah, like I said, everyone's psychic. That went down really well. That did. Everyone's psychic. What a bull. Well, actually, everyone is psychic. However, if your mind is not open, you know, and like if you do not tune into our words of wisdom, words of power that we're sharing with you, our words of wisdom, words of power, esoteric intellect can actually create and activate your pineal gland, causing you to think outside the box. Okay, and atheists won't see any of that because, like, they're not tuned in to esoteric intellect. They're not tuned into it. They're tuned into science. So I actually said to the atheist, guess what science is? Science is a religion. No, it's not.
Right.
They said, science is a religion. If you're tuned into science, there is nothing else. There is no spirituality. There's nothing. There's no religion. There's nothing because you're tuned into science. Science is a religion, and that's what it is. And like, I'm going to say this because we haven't brought this up. What about the Hadron Collider? Professor Brian Cox, like a man you might respect and admire, he is suggesting that the Hadron Collider proves that spiritual entities and ghosts do not exist. That's what a Hadron Collider proves. And like the God doesn't exist. And yet they have God particles. So as a God particle exists if God doesn't exist? And they're saying like paranormal phenomena like spiritual entities and like ghosts don't exist. I know, they don't have to tell me this, I know they're wrong. They're sharing misinformation. However, if science is your religion, you're actually going to say that what they're presenting is the truth. And I know it's not the truth. So science tells lies. Can you believe that? Science tells lies? Wow.
Yes, it does. Because the science community themselves, just like they did to Tesla with the free energy, that science first they recognized it. Then they decided to go with what was it, Westinghouse and the other company because they had the money. They had the money, the backing, and they was putting on a world level until the I believe it was the Great Fair of Chicago when Tesla demonstrated the free energy thing and showed the electrical thing going. Everybody was like, oh, next thing you know, here comes Westinghouse and not Alexander Graham Bell, but the guy that made the light bulb or whatever. And now all of a sudden Tesla's information was shunned. That's why he had went into to hiding for a while because he was embarrassed. Well, he was upset that they took his little testing thing because he had a place somewhere in New York that had wires going everywhere and this electrical stuff. And then after that great fair, and they tried to make it sound like that none of his stuff will actually work and the currents and all of that. Then they made him go underground. Next thing you know, he's quiet. Then they murder him. I'm not saying no names, but we know the truth. I'm going to speak the truth, Bradley. That's one point that I have, that if I have to be a martyr for speaking the truth, so be it. If I have to be the men in black come to me because I'm showing CE5 transmission, so be it. I'm not scared. I don't have no fear anymore because there's nothing they can't do. Because I see the beautiful in the world. I don't see the ugly world. I see the beautiful, and I'm ready to go to the next realm because it's even going to be even more beautiful because I have it inside of me.
Someone said to me, what are you afraid of? And I thought hard, and the answer is I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. I've been attacked by demonic entities many times, and like I brace myself, I hold fast, but I'm not afraid. I know if I ride it out, they will leave me, but they won't win me. They won't manifest inside of me and change me. That's impossible. It's an impossibility. So I'm not afraid of anything, basically.
Because you know yourself. You know thyself. Even on all the Egyptian hieroglyphics, know thyself. And you know yourself. You know who you are.
The occult says, I am the I that I am. That's what they say. That's what I say. I'm a very occultic. I am an occultist, actually, but I don't share that. I say like esoteric library, but I am an occultist. However, the occultist is affiliated to the unknown. People are afraid of the unknown, therefore they're afraid of the occult. And I'm going to say this to you, Benny. It's you're a minister, right? It's your duty to actually share words of wisdom, share the truth, help to manifest other people's thoughts and enhance their lives. It's your duty as a minister. Because if you didn't do any of that, you couldn't call yourself a minister, you know, really.
That's right.
Same as
That's
me.
right.
I'm a Hierophant Knight, High Druid priest. Yeah, it's my duty as a High Druid priest to actually like ignite the spirit in other people's lives, ignite their psyche. The psyche is all of you. We have like our, if I haven't said this for a while, spirits to the side. Oh God, I've even forgot it because I haven't said it so long. Astral spirit, ethereal spirit, etheric spirit. We have a variety of spirits attached to us. Who are us? We are those spirits. And
That's right.
if you wish to affiliate all those spiritual spirits together that are you, it's called the psyche. Okay, and like in that pentacle that I'm sending to you, Benny, the psyche is the top point of the pentagram. The psyche is the top. Yeah, the psyche. You can call it spirit. Yeah, you can call it spirit, but it's the spirit of the psyche. Yes, the spirit is the psyche. However, the psyche is all of you. Where is the spirit all of you? Well, it's the spirit, your etheric spirit, your astral. Yeah, and also like astral, ethereal spirit is to the side of you. Etheric spirit, ethereal spirit is to the side of you. Etheric spirit is above you, and astral spirit leaves your body, and astral projects all over the place, connected by a cord. And did you know that cord that attaches you to your astral spirit cannot be cut? You can try to cut it, but it just cannot be cut, basically. And your astral spirit will go all over the place and connect with the most amazing things, basically.
Would you say the astral spirit is connected to string theory?
And what is string theory?
Well, like Dr. Green, with the string theory, everything is connected to everything. The universe, everything out there in space, we have inside of us. So, you know, the string
I
theory.
don't believe I was you, you was me, right? Because otherwise, what you're really saying is, I was you, you was Hitler. I was Hitler, Hitler was me. No, that's not true at all. I was you, you was me. No, that's not true at all. I wasn't Hitler.
Right.
I'm not like that Russian. I'm not Putin. I'm not I was you, you and me. However, I am connected to the flower of life. We are all connected to the flower of life. And the flower of life is God's DNA, God's gene, the flower of life. We're all connected to it. It's in us all. And like, basically, did you know, like this has come to me, Lucifer is the only archangel that could create angels. Did you know Lucifer created the bumblebee? Okay, the bumblebee, and the bumblebee pollinates the harvest. Without the bumblebee, mankind would die. The bumblebee manifests the harvest that feeds our planet, and it was created by Lucifer, who allegedly is evil. However, like, you know, that's debatable as well. Lucifer is evil. Like, I'll tell you what Lucifer is. Lucifer is ego. However, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, he's ego too. And like, you can't have two egos together in his opinion. And he's like, Lucifer is ego, and like Yahweh says, like, don't have it like the ego for anybody except him. Praise and worship him. He's a jealous God. He demands to be praised and worshipped. Don't go to the occult if you wish to enhance to a higher plane or anything. use angels. Angels are messengers of God. Anything outside of that is evil, and he says it's evil to protect his flock from being led astray by demonic entities. I can understand all that. However, Lucifer is ego, and Lucifer suggests that one should embrace the ego but not become it. One should embrace the ego but not become it. And that's easier said than done, but that is the truth. Wow, we're doing pretty good. Wow, like, yeah, nearly 2 hours, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm enjoying myself with you, Benny, actually. We should dance. Well, we are dancing. We have Dance of Fandango today. We've been dancing, embracing,
Miss
paying
Kathy.
homage.
Yes, sir. She's been waiting. I've been telling her. I said that I'm supposed to be interviewed by Bradley Powers. That, you know, my friend that's in the UK. She's been asking me every day, when are you gonna get on that interview? And I was like, I'm going today. So I'm glad we got a chance, brother.
I'm so pleased you have discovered the avenue. Look, leads you to me, because like it's so disappointing when you couldn't make it to me. And like, yeah, how disappointing is that? But now you know how to do it. So Sunday, you are on the show Sunday, and like, wow. I also think actually, yeah, I have another ace card up my sleeve. Yes, Out of the Box. That's Jim Andre's show. I co-host with Jim Andre. Out of the Box. I think like you should be on Esoteric Hours Sunday, and like Out of the Box Productions, Out of the Box podcast with Jim Andre. Yeah, we should get you on that show as well. Okay, because like I don't think people can see too much of you, because what you offer is clarity and sincerity, and I think that's worth a lot. Okay, so yeah, definitely on Out of the Box, Esoteric Hours. And I'll tell you something else, paranormal phenomena. Are you familiar with a lot of paranormal phenomena?
Yes, I have a lot of it here in this house.
Oh, you will come to mind. Like, I got people who want to interview me, and I can't, like, I do try, but like they want to interview me, they want to interview Jim, and like we are in demand. I recognise that. I was thinking like I could put podcast presenters your way who would want to interview you, because I think you have something to offer them that could, like, yeah, help to bring in their ratings, because I enjoy helping other podcast presenters, not kicking them out of the groups because of someone suggesting, like, I'm going to say the word. I'm not going to say anything. I don't think podcast presenters must not be homophobic. They must not be racist. However, if they are esoteric, intellect, blessed diplomacy, and they wish to enhance the lives of mankind, I think like they should be in a group, and I think like you should be on their shows, Benny. So
hey,
I'm going to speak to you.
Bradley, I'm a racist. I'm for the human race, because that's the only race it is. Hey, you want to go race outside? I don't believe in race. There is no other race but human race. God made rainbows and colors and Skittles to eat.
my London family. My London family are black brothers. Okay, though I've got black brothers as family. My stepbrother, two stepbrothers are brown. They are, yeah, Londoners, brown, from Canada, and like, yeah, my stepsister is a Londoner and she's brown. You know, I'm not racist at all, basically. You know,
you still defended me more than I defended myself in a racial situation, dealing with the groups and everything else, and we both got punished.
I defend, hey, everybody watching, those that are still with us, it's a long show, isn't it? But it's interesting, and we're enjoying ourselves anyway. And basically, what I want to say is, Benny was being attacked by a racist group owner. He was called nigger piece of shit. Forgive me.
Your mother's a piece of trash. I hope your mother's a pig and she dies. One of the other persons in the group was attacked.
And there was like nothing to validate, clarify that was true. There was nothing there. He was just calling Benny names and abusing Benny. He was bang out of order. He deserved a slap, basically. And like, what happened was I defended Benny. I defended Benny against the group owner. I defended Benny against the moderators who joined up with the group owner to attack us.
And then against the restrictions that I got, you stood up to Facebook against the restrictions that I and yourself got. You did a lot. And I, like I said, I respect you, and that's why that I tell people that you're a mentor to me because of your actions, not just your words, your actions. They speak louder than those words. Your words are beautiful, but your actions are heaven sent
basically,
to me, brother.
Yeah, well, I am a regal spirit. I recognise that. I act like that. I live like a regal spirit. You're a regal spirit too. And I stood up for Benny against opposition, malevolent human beings. And I lost 80,000 members for doing that. Wow. 80,000 members I lost for standing by Benny. And do I regret it? No, I don't. I don't regret it. I'm very sad that I lost 80,000 members. Yes, I am sad about it. In fact, I'm very sad about it. I hate losing members. It hurts. I am so sad. I can't believe it. I should have shut my big mouth. And did I? No, I didn't. I stood by Benny, like, you know what I mean? I got Benny, come on, Benny, and I was holding his hand and I lost 80,000 members. But, like, basically, like, I stand by justice, and what was happening to Benny was an injustice, basically. Yeah, I know. And like, I've had I have lost like 300,000 members recently over like a situation that occurred.
Wow.
Yeah,
this is getting, I mean, that's sad. That I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's a lot of negative energy on the planet Earth right now. For y'all that are listening and is watching Bradley Power Show, I'm telling you, because I have the receptors on not just 10, but on 100. And I feel so much energy, and it's a lot of negative. And us in these esoteric and truth, we have to get whatever our strength was and flip it. Let's get the positive. We have to push positive to our friends. Put them out there like Bradley did to me so that we can each one reach one, each one teach one. That's what we have to do as human race. There is no race but the human race. There's other beings on this planet that don't want us here. So we have to work together because this is our planet now.
Yeah, that's right. And like, so basically, I need to say one more time. I lost 300,000 members recently. It really hurts. Years of dedication, manifestations, building, created. From destruction, creation is born.
Exactly.
So from destruction of 300,000 members, creation will be born. And you know what? How creation is going to be born? Esoteric Hours, this show, Esoteric Hours, has been affiliated to become a television network, on a television network channel in America. They have basically sought us out, and they want Esoteric Hours on their television platform in the very near future. And we will have 50 million viewers, okay? Very soon, Esoteric Hours will be broadcasting to 50 million viewers. So, see what I'm saying? From Destruction Creation is Born. I've recently lost 300,000 members, and that really hurts so bad. And yet soon, I will be broadcasting to 50 million viewers. 50 million viewers. That's astonishing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yes, that's awesome.
Destruction Creation is Born, basically. Well, it's up to you what you want to do, Benny. We've been going 2 hours. I'm quite enjoying myself. Hello.
Well, I got to go look in Miss Kathy and a couple of the cats. The cats are going crazy. Can I get back in later, or you just going to keep going?
I'm going to kill the show, basically. Kill it. We've been going a very long time now.
I've enjoyed every minute of it, Bradley. It's been wonderful. When I look forward to the next one with Jim Andre. I know he wasn't feeling that, a little under the weather today. I hope he does well. Everybody pray for Jim. And the other shows, any ones that you have, or with the the ancient warlord teacher. That's what I call Christopher Serra, because I had flashes of Christopher Serra being a warlord teacher.
Cool.
I'm not sure if he really believes that I have these flashes, but I did. And Mr. Serra, if he's out there, understand that I like messing with you and asking you questions because I know you know the answers. And I know that you have a calling, and I've seen it, and you're awesome. So keep up the work, Christopher Serra, and good luck on your book.
Actually, I've got to say this, and this has been said. I've got to say this has been said. Daisy Temponi says, I believe that Lucifer and Satan are not the same. I believe Lucifer is divine. Thank you for sharing it, Daisy, because that's exactly what I think. Let me tell you something. Before the Bible was written, right, this might shock you, Satan was a fallen cherubim angel, okay? When Satan was a young cherubim angel, the Lord God Almighty Jehovah, he sent his angels out, his beautiful angels out into the planet, into the realm to remove, eradicate, destroy, get rid of, extinguish all spiritual entities, all the Fae, the Cyclops, mentors, centaurs.
Yeah, Minotaur. Yeah.
He got like these angels, these beautiful angels are warriors. Believe me, they are ferocious fighting machines. They removed all spiritual entities from the realm. Okay, young, old, male, masculine, feminine. They removed a lot basically when Satan was a young cherubim angel. They did this, okay, and because they paved the way for mankind to manifest on this planet. That's what they did for us to be born. What I don't quite understand is by doing this, removing them physically from this realm, their spiritual entities stayed. And I'll give you an example. Ilfrits and Shaitans were always so removed, and I have there's good and there's bad in all in general, like except the archons. There's good and bad in all, and like I'm not affiliated to any good Ilfrits or Shaitans, which I know they do exist. I'm affiliated to negative, malevolent Ilfrits and Shaitans. That's what I'm affiliated to. They're around me, and I can't do nothing about it at the moment. However, I said to, I get Ilfrits and Shaitans mixed up, so bear with me. I said to an Ilfrit or a Shaitan, why do you do this to mankind? Okay, why do you go around creating chaos in their mind, attaching yourself to them, and like trying to destroy their lives? And they said, he said to me, we were here first. We were here first before mankind. We were here first before mankind. And God, the Lord God Almighty, removed them from the planet, from the realm. They removed them from the realm. However, just their spiritual entities exist. And the thing is, I understand their point of view saying, like, the Lord God removed them and they're punishing us. God's creation. They're punishing us, God's creation, for what he did. And I don't understand that. Why don't they punish God instead of us? Because we as humans didn't do anything wrong to them. No, right. The Lord God Almighty did wrong to them, and yet they are punishing God's creation because they were here first. Basically. What do you think about that?
That's right.
That's true story.
That's right, but hey, their time is up. Our time is now. I believe. Yeah, I believe basically. Our time is now.
Yeah,
it's
like so over Benny, to make
are we done?
Sorry,
are we done as the show?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I could go on. I actually looking at the group forum. There's loads of questions and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really know what to do. Actually, I could carry on for another like 10 minutes, I suppose, reading from the group forum. And like, yeah, like okay, Garcia Colina says Lucifer and the rest of the Dark Princes do not require human sacrifices. They require your soul. They want you to lower your vibrations to be able to open the door to enter the host, take over and do low vibrational actions. And thinking most time when subliminally, so they can have your soul and you remain out of God's refuge and bottom. And like, you have to bear in mind, like, I'm affiliated to King Leviathan. He was listed as a devil in the Bible, and like, he's one of many, like, famous ambassador of hell, Lucifer Raphael, Prime Minister of hell. I'm affiliated with many demonic entities, and what I've learned is they, if you wish for them to do something for you, they can actually do something for you, and they live through you by the emotions, thoughts, feelings that you feel from what they have manifested for you. That's their reward. They enjoy that. You haven't got to sell your soul. You can give them a gift if you wish. You don't have to, but you can. It's always nice to give them a gift. You can. But what you do, what they do for you, you will absorb that thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you will either be happy or disappointed, but you'll probably be happy by what they do for you, and that's their reward. But they live the moment, live the experience through you, because they can't be human like you.
Right. They can't manifest on this into this form. They can't be a human. So that's why we shouldn't fear them, because they can't be human. Like you said, they might bother you, probe you, pod you, but they can't hurt you. Knowing your mind, they can't hurt you because they're not of this world.
There's a myth. This is a myth, what I'm going to tell you. Extraterrestrials are demons, and angels. That's a myth. Let me tell you something. Demons, right, are born from a fire. Extraterrestrials are not. Demons are born from a fire. Therefore, like the Greys can present themselves as demons. I agree with that. However, demons can't present themselves as extraterrestrials. They can't do that. Demons are born from a fire. And also, the jinn are born from a smokeless fire. They can't present themselves as extraterrestrials, okay? They are jinn. And like extraterrestrials, like the Greys, can probably present themselves as a jinn, but it's not their way around. So let me tell you, like, angels are celestial beings in their own right. Angels are not extraterrestrials, okay? They are celestial beings, divine in their own right. Okay, messengers of God. Extraterrestrials, you've got interdimensionals, multi-dimensionals, like extraterrestrials and all that. They are, so let's get this right. Demons born from a fire, not extraterrestrial. The jinn born from a smokeless fire, not extraterrestrial. Greys can probably pose as demons, but like, it's not the same thing. Angels are celestial beings, basically. And actually, I'm going to say this. And what about dragons? Are dragons extraterrestrial? No, they're not extraterrestrial. How do you work that out? They are. I would actually say that dragons are celestial, actually, being a dragon king. And talking of Dragon King, what did you say, Benny? Did you say you was Dragon King?
No. I learned about dragons from you. You told me to start studying. I've been just slowly putting my dragon studies in there. You know, especially it was a sign that Miss Kathy had got me my dragon knife for my birthday last year, and dragons have been on my subject from then on.
Good. It's good because you might be Dragon King and not recognise it. I recognise, like, I know for a fact from, affiliating with dragons, that in my next life, I'll be many things. However, in my next life, I will become a dragon rider. Okay, a dragon rider, and I don't pick the dragon picks me. To have a dragon in your life is a blessing. Like the in my life right now, so that's a blessing in itself. Right. And that's regarding dragons. Dragons are a blessing.
Like in the movie Avatar, when the bird had to pick the person, not the person picked the bird picked the person. Yeah.
And also, there's something else I'm going to say this to you, because I just think it's important. How do I know? Well, I know a lot of esoteric information that, what is the occult? Hidden secrets. And I'm familiar with hidden secrets. I enjoy resonating with hidden secrets. And here's one for you. if you seek ascension, when you cross over into the next life, okay, they say the light is a soul trap, okay? However, maybe it is a soul trap for the sheep to actually reincarnate. That's not impossible. However, if you seek ascension, when you head through the light, if you go that way, you can actually, instead of reincarnating, you can say, I wish to evolve onto a higher plane, and so it shall be done. Or you can do this, because this is what I shall be doing. When you cross over to the next life, because I'm seeking ascension, when I cross over to the next life, I will like be looking at the light, but I won't head for the light. I will turn around, look behind me, okay, and face the cosmos in its entirety, and I will say, like, I wish to return to my soul family, and so it shall be done. Basically, and who is your soul family? They're the people that they're not your earth family, your soul family, people that you love, embrace, and you've forgotten about, but they are there for you, and they always have been, basically. Your soul family, and we all have a soul family, but we just don't realise.
You my soul brother.
Basically, yeah, like, you know, if you want to put it like that, yeah, basically, we are soul brothers, yeah, there's no doubt about that, you know. I'm really pleased, actually. Like, we were put to the test recently. I don't know, you don't know this, Benny, probably not, but we were put to the test, and, like, yeah, we passed. You're on my soul brother, there's no doubt about that. We were on the show, you know. Yeah, you're my soul brother, you know. What a result, basically. Regal spirit, yeah. Vic Makaroff says pyramids were originally built as libraries and in later years the burial sites of pharaohs.
I don't believe so. I believe there's a library that's inside the Sphinx. They said that there's a passageway that goes from the top of the head, that goes down up under the feet, that the library of what happened really in the creation story of Earth and the universe is inside the Sphinx, not the pyramid is a multi-dimensional tool, because
And
like you said, those kings that went in there, there's no king ever been found in there, but they have burial chambers
how
because
can you say the pyramids are burial sites for pharaohs when in the
yes,
three pyramids of Giza, what pharaohs were found there? Like,
none.
please tell me. None.
Because that's the pyramid, just like Dr. Greer said, using that pyramid structure with sound, light, and meditation. The pyramids are set up aligned with Orion's belt. It's aligned with Triangulum. It's aligned with the tree of life. It's all set up in a line for us
Yeah.
to learn how to make it to the next level. Once we get to, well, Orion's belt's been talked about for years, but a lot of people don't know about Triangulum or the tree of life constellation.
The three pyramids of Giza are aligned with the Orion's belt, and that is that. That's what it is. Pyramids. Garcia Colina says pyramids were strategically placed around the world and were essentially a 5G network of today. I'll go along with that. They powered, the three pyramids of Giza powered Cairo. Did you know Cairo is actually 9 cities, right? One built on top of another, 9 cities, and like powered by the pyramids. The pyramids were power plants. They are power plants, actually.
It's
To this very day, they
nuclear
are
power plants.
Vortexes. The capstones have
their
been removed to stop them from working. However, they are vortexes, they are electromagnetic frequency, and they do still work to this day. Even
and there's water running up under them. There's water that they found that runs under them that can fill a vat and bring the water up, which causes pressure. With that sound, light, and pressure, Stargate. Stargate. And
Stargate, yeah, that's it. Stargate. Robert Van tells us, what about the source? You got the God from the Bible. The God from the Bible is a entity responsible for creating the universe. However, the prime creator source is an energy responsible for creating the multiverse. That's the difference. Can you see the difference? Entity, energy. Prime creator source is a much higher. And you don't need to give praise to the prime creator source. You need to pay homage to the prime creator source. And do you know how you pay homage to the prime creator source? pay homage to yourself. If you pay homage to yourself, you will actually be rewarding yourself, and you will be paying homage to the prime creator source by paying homage to yourself. Whereas the God from the Bible is an entity, you have to pay homage to the God from the Bible, not yourself. You pay homage to God. And some such, like Jesus said, follow the message. So what do they do in Christianity and Muhammad? What do they do in that religion? They follow the messenger. And that's not what was said. It was follow the message, basically.
That's right.
Cool. I like your hats, Benny. I've got a hat collection, like, cool, basically.
How about your clock? The clock that I gave you, this antique clock here that I got to get to you. This thing is heavy. I don't know what the time is, but I hope it's something back when Tesla was alive, because it's one of these old companies from somewhere that I know that you'll find something that's enlightening. Because everything, I believe in destiny. Everything that, like I said, when I explained to Candy and Daisy, like I have Daisy's bracelet on, because you keep mentioning Daisy's name. And I know that mentioning that name, something I gave to her, I could get some energy out of the astral plane coming from. I can think of like what Daisy's thinking about, like right now. I feel like she has on black. She has on like a black shirt, maybe, and she has like some colors somewhere around here or whatever. She sends a picture. I bet you she has on blue jeans or blue jean shorts. She has on tennis shoes,
blue jeans,
because I can feel her energy. Because I'm trying to come in tune.
Daisy's a sunflower. She's one of Bradley's angels. She's on my team. Yeah, she's a sunflower. Christopher Shearer is one of Bradley's angels. He's on my team. And Tiffany Reynolds. I see her name here. Tiffany Reynolds is one of Bradley's angels. She's on my team. Well,
hi, Tiffany. I haven't got a chance to meet you yet, Tiffany. I look forward to it.
Yeah, Tiffany, like she's like she presents Tiffany's Tarot. Like I discovered her like a few years ago. She presents tarot card readings to you, if you wish, free of charge. Not 50 quid, not $300, free of charge. Okay, and she enjoys.
Can she do one on me? I'd like to do one if she could do one on the show, and I'd like to know more about jinns. You were talking about jinn, and me and a brother that I go with, I have coffee in the morning. A brother named Chief, because he talks on different type of Egyptian things. But anyway, we were talking about jinns, and he was telling me what jinns did in the Bible, and I guess it's some movie that had the jinns in there. He told me to watch. But my concept of jinns back in those days were something like oracles and witches. That's what I thought the jinn were.
Like the jinn are diverse depending on your culture. Like the jinn could be a genie from a bottle,
Right.
However, it depends on your culture. Some would say the jinn is a dragon. Some would say, like, fourth ambassador of hell. Yeah, he's a jinn. So what is he then? He's a jinn. Well, it depends what culture you are. So I'd like research that and investigate that, actually, because it is worth, or buy a book from the occult, actually, like telling you, like words of power, words of wisdom affiliated to the jinn. Yeah, do that. Yeah, the jinn born from a smokeless fire. That's exactly what they are, not extraterrestrials. Terry said, look, I've got to say this. All the androids, phones, Samsung the tablets, TV, and all that is manifested, created by extraterrestrials. Okay, I don't believe mankind, humans created all this technology. Actually came from like extraterrestrials, basically. Reverse engineering, some say, and like mankind got hold of that and like basically built on that. However, we wouldn't have it today if it weren't for like other beings, really. All this technology we're using is up from other beings, That's where it comes from.
That's right. You
Terry
know
said,
what?
look, go on. Go on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Hi, Terry.
Terry Sedlock says, yes, Bradley told me to take salt water and put across over my TV set. Salt water, very good. I like that. Tiffany's full of amazing esoteric information. Absolutely. Do you want me to set up a tarot card reading with Tiffany with you, Benny? I can make that
Yes, I
happen.
would. And I'd like to hear, yeah, because I'd seen, I got on the
Not on
group,
the
like I
show,
said, I've
no.
been busy the last couple of days. And I'd seen, she was talking to someone about, or someone had said that she did with paranormal. And like I told you, since I've been having these
Yes.
CE5s, I've been having all kind of different interactions. So I would love to ask her about some of the different paranormal things that, because it's some new things that's happening to me that I'm not familiar with.
What we
So
could
yeah,
do
that would
is
be
a
great, Bradley.
private reading, not like you've got Tiffany's tarot. It'd be good if you could appear on the show, but basically, if you can't, we could do set up a private reading for you, your own personal reading. You know,
Either
try
way,
and work
or
it.
on the show. I mean, you know, if it's however you want to do it, it's
Yeah.
okay with me. Because hey, I would love to be the person to so other people would not be scared to do something like that. Where I used to be scared I've never done a tarot reading. I used to, because
Yeah.
in the church they say you can't do it and it's against God and don't read about voodoo and don't do this and don't do that. Who
Yeah,
cares?
that's right.
Because me,
Tarot
I'm gonna let
cards
it.
are mirrors to the soul, okay? And like
Mhm.
some people won't have a tarot card reading because they think it actually could affect their destiny and fate. Tarot cards are mirrors to the soul, and no, they don't affect your destiny. I'll tell you what a tarot card reading does is, if you're following the path that you're following right now, this is the premonitions, predictions of your destiny, of the fate that follows you. If you
Right.
follow that path, however, you have the ability to change the path that you're following if you wish. Okay, basically. And that's a mirror to the soul. Okay, mirror tarot card readings are not evil. Okay, don't ever believe they are. Terry Sedlock says, I was scratched and attacked last week again. I haven't been attacked for like 6 months. I'm really pleased about it. Oh, when I say that, no, I've got this thing in me, and I like that's a bit different. He attacks me every day. Me, like so spiritual. I haven't been attacked by any low vibrational demons for 6 months. However, I got an entity in me, and like it attacks me every day. Basically, I've got so used to it. I don't even talk about it very much. But basically, yeah, I'm possessed, Benny, believe it or not.
I think I've talked to Terry about that before. If I
I've got
remember
something
right,
in me.
I think I
Yeah.
spoke with her about it. And
What is in me? He can remote human me, he mind read me, and telekinesis. He can do the most amazing, malicious, narcissistic things to me every day, and like, I have to tolerate it. Someone said to me, I'm made of iron, and it's lucky I am made of iron, because if I wasn't, I'd be suicidal. I am made of iron. Like, basically, I'm stronger than he is. However, he can still make life uncomfortable for me. Basically. It's like I'm
wow,
just looking for the forum here. Yeah, I know paranormal phenomena. If you never,
I
well,
love paranormal.
look at if you've never experienced, if you've never encountered a ghost or spiritual entity, how on earth are you expect to believe they exist? That's why I understand an atheist, a closed-minded, narrow-minded, one-track-minded atheist. I had an atheist here like recently in my own home, and like he said, like, let's just agree to disagree. And I went, well, no, we can't agree to disagree. You're saying that spiritual entities and ghosts don't exist. That's what you're saying, and I know they do. So how can we agree to disagree? We can't, can we? You know, you're wrong, basically, and I'm
I
right.
tell you, you know, I don't understand the word atheist. I don't even know why they came up with it, because you got to believe in something. Now,
Yeah, they
for
do
an
believe.
atheist, yeah, I mean,
They
an
believe.
atheist, to me, it's just somebody that's an agent provocateur that wants to argue about what God did to them. So now they did believe in God, like somebody we know, and then they don't believe in God, but then they do everything that in the
No.
line of what God say to do. So I'm like
Atheist,
confused. You believe
yeah.
it? Yeah, you're atheist. You're confused, is what you are.
Let me enlighten you. An atheist is someone who believes in science, and there is nothing else except science. And that's what I say. Science is a religion, and they say no, it's not. Do you know what? And I agree with you, Benny. I really do. A lot of atheists don't even know who they are, what they are, where they're coming from, or anything. Really,
Right. They just want to argue. They just want to, the point and everything. Like I said, those people that watch one video and then they become cosmic researchers all of a sudden and get on our groups and make the stupidest comments. Excuse my language, y'all. But that's why I say, when you're really searching for knowledge, be prepared in the questions that you ask, because some of us take the time to listen to every word so that we can give you the correct answer. So, I got an old lady I got to feed down here, Bradley.
Oh, okay. It's all right. Yeah, like disappear. I'll hold the fort. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Oh,
It's been my pleasure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna hit me for gems, or you said the next one's Tuesday.